Okay, we're going to go ahead and test out the little stove I built out of some pots, stainless steel pots, and one little soup can for an air intake. And I found a little grate off of an old gas grill, and also a little burner thing for a stove. I'm gonna put it in the bottom as a spacer. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab this pot. I've tried it one time, just with some twigs and stuff, and it worked good. This little pot's going to go right in here. I cut out some little holes, as you can see, so I can put my spacer in. And I'm going to have to close the camera down so I can put this together because I've only got one hand. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting it together. This little piece right here, it's just the lid to this big one. It's going to go right there. And for a little extra bit of combustion chamber, this seems to work real good. I got a number 10 can and cut the end out of it like that. It's got a little more of a combustion chamber. Then I'm going to put this little thing right on the top there. That also gives it some weight to hold it in place. Get it centered over the top of the hole here, so all the heat stays in. And this is just thrown together. I just cut some holes in it and everything. It's not perfectly friction fit, but it'll work. 101. I just put the pot on there after I got it started, and we're going to look and see how long it takes for this to boil some water. It's currently 104, and as you can see, there's already some bubbles starting to pop up in the bottom. It's 111. We've got boiling water. It's not a rolling boil yet. I think I still have some efficiency problems, but this is just kind of a work in progress. You can see over here on the side, you can see the fire that's down on the inside. I believe that this thing's going to burn for a long time. Might be real good at, since it's not super heat coming out the top, it might be good enough for a pressure canner to run consistently. But we're going to let it run for a little while longer and see what happens. It's currently 116. I just went ahead and lowered the water because I never got to a rolling boil. So I've dropped it down to about two cups of water, I think. And I've still got plenty of heat and fire coming out of this thing. I'm just losing a lot of efficiency somewhere. As you can tell, it's still there and still going when you pick up the pot. Oh, there we go. There's a rolling boil. Started up now. There was so much heat loss around the outside of the pan that it was causing it from having a rolling boil. That's pretty amazing. This thing's still, I started it at 1 o'clock and we're 17 minutes in. I don't know if you can see that or not. The camera's not focusing in on it. There we go, 17 minutes in. And we're doing real good here. Still got plenty of fire. Let me show you what the flame looks like. That's what's coming out of the top. I don't know if I can get over it good enough. It's too hot. I don't want to burn my phone up. But let me put this lid on there for a little bit and see. Well, don't even need to. It's got a rolling boil. I'll come back here in a little bit and see how long it'll hold this up. I'm just going to tell you what time it is. You might can see it, maybe not. 1:21, and we are still at a rolling boil. In fact, my mother just went in the house. Said we can't let this boiling water go to waste. She's going to go grab some hot dogs and we're going to throw them in there. So I just had to move it down off the truck. It got a little hotter on the bottom side than I thought it was going to, so that might mean it requires a little bit of insulation. Just kind of depends on where you sit it. You can see right here on the back of the truck where it just melted the bed liner just a touch. But we are still boiling water. I just added some more water to it to bring it back up to level, and we're at 131. Let's go ahead and see, since we've got it down on the ground here, what the fire looks like. Yep, we're still burning real good. There's still plenty of wood in there. Put it back on there, and back to a rolling boil. Mom went inside to check to see if there's any hot dogs, but we didn't have any. So I'm just going to burn this thing as long as it'll burn, and give you an idea of how long you can go off just a little bit of wood in this thing. We're down to just a little bit of a boil, 135. And this is just on a few handfuls of wood that I dropped off in there. I can definitely tell that the efficiency would be better if I were to put some sort of liner on the inside of the pot. Let's look and see what the fire looks like. It's just coals now that's burning off of. But it's burned really hot. And I think that was actually a good first successful test in building this prototype. We've been burning now since 1 o'clock. It's now 1:46. As you can see, there's still a bunch of coals going off in here, and there's a significant amount of heat still coming off of here. It looks like the internal pot is pretty much unscathed. I was just hoping it would hold up. Actually, the can itself that I put through the side, the little soup can, it don't look like it's damaged. It may be, but I'll pull it out here in just a little bit and we'll find out. But still a significant amount of heat coming off of this. You could easily keep warm just off of the coals in this fire. Just a little bit of charcoal left. If I would have put it out a little earlier, you could actually use that for biochar, or to break it up and create a homemade water filter with it. I have modified my camp stove. This is the old combustion chamber. We're going to try a new test today. Let me get rid of that one. We're just going to use a number 10 can that's completely open and has some air holes. I talked to a fellow that watched my video, a friend of mine, and he thinks that it was starving in this chamber right here, so we are going to give that a whirl today. I'm going to go ahead and show you about 4 pounds of wood again. It's almost exactly what I put in. And I'm going to go ahead and put it together and get it lit. I lit the fire and just put the pot on it. Just did this. It's currently 6 o'clock even. It is 6:04. We've already got bubbles coming up in the bottom. 6:08, and I've got a rolling bowl. I don't know if this will give you a better view or not, but it's doing really good. It is now 6:14. Check this out. Currently 6:24. I am at 6:26 and we're starting to die down on the boil. We are now at 6:34, 30 minutes from the point that it stopped boiling, and there are still bubbles at the bottom. So it looks like we got about 30 minutes of cook time and then some simmer time after that. I think all in all it was much more successful than the first attempt, because I was able to get a lot more water boiling to a rolling boil than I was with the first attempt. And also remember that I haven't thrown any extra wood in here. All I got to do is just drop it down that hole right there, and I could continue cooking. But this is 30 minutes unattended. Okay. 6:57. Well, it is currently 7:02, And this egg is done. So I can get to it from up here. Voila, a perfect fried egg at over 1 hour on 4 pounds of wood. It's now 7-11 and we still have hot coals. 7:32 and it's still warm above this thing.